Hello, welcome to episode 184?
Yep.
182 of the Day One Patch podcast. Host Ryan Johnson, co-host Matt Lawrence, co-host Adriano Petty.
Hi.
I guess I'm technically a co-host too, but
you're also a co-host. How does that work? Is there a main host?
sometimes. But you're all kind of co-hosts.
The slang is like the M host. I'm the M host, main host.
Who'd you say though?
M host.
Matt, what did you call us?
I called Ryan an M host, standing for main host. Jesus.
Fuck you, bud.
What a thing to get upset about.
Top stories for this week include Borderlands is teasing a new project, and Adriano's
Yeah, really excited.
and that new project is probably Borderlands 3.
For the listeners, he is currently burying himself in some pillows, laughing, coughing.
I hope he's laughing and not dying.
Or gasping for breath.
Yeah.
All right.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Coffee not going down properly?
Yeah, I went. That was rough.
Rockstar's LA Noire surprisingly coming to the next-gen consoles.
Thank Christ we finished that game.
No, maybe we were ahead of the boat, but we're also a little too late. It would have been nice to play the new version.
I got the OG in there. It's all right.
All right. Nintendo Switch has sold 1.5 million in Japan, and that's selling a lot faster than the PS4 did. Is this a sign of the times changing here, or
Possibly.
or what's in store for the future? Nintendo's NES Classic Mini Edition will be in stock again next year, come 2018. Overwatch development has been slowed apparently due to their fight against toxicity. A lot of bad players on Overwatch there, and Overwatch the development team is spending time fighting that instead of making the game more fun with new features.
All right.
And that's all I got for this week. Bud, what's new? What are you guys playing? What's new in your life? Did you see any new movies? I know you saw a couple movies.
I saw quite a bit, actually.
Saw Inhumans.
Yeah. So let's start with the bad.
Well,
Inhumans, get it out of the way.
I think since we last recorded, I've seen Terminator with you guys, Close Encounters with you guys.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Jesus,
I saw Inhumans with Matt, and I saw It with my buddy Brennan.
And then I saw It with Marty.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I saw
I've been going to see a lot of movies lately.
I saw Close Encounters twice.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Twice? Why twice? It was like an event, too.
But the band wanted to go see it, too.
Jesus.
Yeah. Because Marty was supposed to come with us that one day, but he
Oh, he was supposed to come with us?
he was doing something else.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, let's start with the bad here. Inhumans. How was Inhumans?
Fucking horrible.
The little title card had the dog in the corner, and immediately I was like, oh, man.
yeah.
The title card had the dog.
The
Yeah,
title
the
card had
title
the
card
dog.
had a little cartoon
They
dog.
placed
in the
all
corner.
their bets on that goddamn dog.
Oh my god! I think they're trying to go for like a Rocket Raccoon-esque situation here.
That dog's pretty great, though.
It's
The CG looks terrible.
the
and I
CG was
love it.
bad. The whole the acting, line delivery, costume design, set design. It was not meant for a big screen.
But it's the first TV show shot in IMAX.
But is it only the first 2 episodes are shot on IMAX, or is everything going to be shot on IMAX? Like the entire.
What would the point be of shooting it all in IMAX? You know what I mean? Because it's not all going to air in an IMAX theater.
Exactly. So, like, was it just the first 2 episodes they did? And just like immediately off the bat, and I might go into a little spoiler area here.
I'm sure no one cares.
But like, but so the episode starts, and they're in this jungle in Hawaii, and this girl is running, and she's got some cat eyes, all right, and she's like running from some militiamen, and she's like
some bad CG cat eyes.
Yeah, and she's like cowering in some trees, and all of a sudden she's just like up. Like literally, a guy just steps out like from behind her and just like introduces himself as like a guy, as a human from the moon. It's just like, all right off the bat, if you're gonna pump money into this, like have him introduced like in a heroic way. Like
what was his power? Just being green with a slight mohawk?
Maybe, and then she's like, "Who are you?" "Oh, I'm this. I'm from the moon." "Okay," and then they like immediately start running together, and then she like one gets hit, one falls, another guy goes missing.
The Hawaiian dudes were the best. Where they literally like save the guy with the hooves, and then they're just like, "You must be one of them Inhumans we read about." I'm like, "No, you didn't fucking know about the Inhumans immediately." And then what did he say?
But hold on, from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yes, humans know of Inhumans, though.
They know of Inhumans, but like immediately you don't just go like, oh, you have hooves? You must be one of them Inhumans that are apparently extinct. Weren't they supposed to be extinct? I thought they were supposed to be extinct.
What time period does it take place in?
Modern day. Like,
So with S.H.I.E.L.D., so they should know that they exist.
Yeah, they do.
They do? Okay,
Yeah.
so they should. Well, what's hilarious, too, is that the guy, like, does, like, this plot thing to, like, get trouble to come. And the Hawaiian dudes are like, who doesn't like a fight? Like, he's like, you better get out of here.
Yeah, like some local Hawaiian surfers are like motivating the Inhuman to stand up for himself.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
What the
Also, that Inhuman
fuck?
almost drowned in about 3 feet of water.
Yeah, he like stepped into the water and he immediately was like, that was one of the major story beats of the thing. Was just like he may drown and some local people had to save him.
The dog was amazing, just teleporting everywhere. It's fantastic.
Let me ask you this: this was the first 2 episodes, right? How did they combine them? Did they like play 2 intro sequences?
No.
Or they were smoothly combined?
They're smoothly combined. Like, because you also see this on when they do this on other shows, is if they ever do 2 episodes together, in the credits for the beginning, they'll say part 1 and part 2 written by so-and-so, part 1 directed by so-and-so, part 2 directed by this. And they'll put it all at the beginning. And then in future syndicated versions, when they separate it, they'll do proper credit schemes for each one. So that was normal, but it was bad.
What was the point of watching it in IMAX?
Literally none.
Yeah.
Did the bigger screen help with any of the action
dog was a bit
sequences?
The dog. What I loved is the dog would like teleport people instantly. So they'd be like, Lockjaw, take him here, and then he just goes like, "Woo," and he's like fucking flies away with this person. And then the one time he needs to do it instantly, he sits there for a couple minutes, and then he gets stunned. And
they're like, there's just enough delay for the bad guys to like. There's no action. The one bad guy just turned to her. He's like, "Stop the dog!" And then the one bad girl like puts her hands out, and like the dog just collapses, and there was no, or even just like lack of. Okay.
The dinner scene.
Okay, so you know the dinner scene was weird, but okay, so you know the guy that can like rewind time,
Yeah.
and he can
like retry scenarios.
He loves choices, so he can retry. So like he accidentally died at one point, and he literally just rewinded his own death and just did it again.
How's he do that if he's dead though?
What?
How's he rewind time if
Because
he's dead?
the series
It's not that he's dead. He could see all possible choices.
So he saw he dies.
He saw that he dies and just made sure he picked the right one. All right. But at some point, he also gets injured, which then prevented him from using that power.
Yep.
But it's like, but then you would have seen that injury that would have prevented it, and you should have been able to prevent it.
Actually, based on that scene too, the awkward wait of all the characters come to the moon, they're all shocked, and then it like plays like a 30-minute scene with them, and then it goes to the next character who was apparently waiting there for 30 minutes, and then he's like, "My king," and then they like go find him.
Yeah, but specifically with the
Fuck.
it was really weird because with the guy that like with the choices when he had to fall and jump into water. Did you notice how they? Oh no. Okay, so it was the green guy at the beginning when he like tried to like escape the militia guy. He was like on a cliff.
And he jumped, he didn't see it, and then just kind of like jumped from like 10 feet away.
Yeah. So there was no shot of him actually going off a cliff. They literally just cut to him splashing into water from like no further away from you and me, Ryan. It was like you're the camera, I'm the target
It was like
of the
a
water.
tiny splash.
Yeah, it's like psh, and then like it cuts back up to the guys looking down on a clearly CG cliff. She's like, you guys could have budgeted for a stunt guy to go off a cliff, really.
Couldn't find a cliff. Maybe they couldn't find a cliff.
It looks like they shot a good chunk of it on location in Hawaii. Because like there are scenes in downtown Honolulu.
Honolulu,
Yeah, like it clearly does take place there.
That the guy who plays the king is a terrible actor when he doesn't talk. The fact that he can't talk is so stupid. And then they have like this like futuristic call device, and they're like they call him, but then it's like he can't speak. So
yeah,
it's like
did you guys never think about this? So like people will talk.
He's like Dragonborn, right? He has the voice.
Yeah, but why don't they have a beeper system for him, like boop boop boop, or a text message?
Yeah.
The text message would work.
And why do their wristbands always on speakerphone? Like for the love of God. And then they just casually have a slave network in the city. So it's like, who are we rooting for? These people have slaves.
Yeah.
I feel bad for everyone involved.
It was
Because like the actors, when I see them, they look excited to be in a Marvel series. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
And then it's probably going to get canceled after this season.
yeah.
I'm sure
another
Marvel's
thing-
glad their name's on that.
I haven't seen this yet, but I'm sure Agent Carter was a much better series.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
It got canceled, but it probably deserves to be on air.
I didn't really like season 2 of Carter.
It was a little weaker than the first one.
Yeah, but yeah, I liked. Yeah,
But what I don't like
absolutely.
about
I
this
would gladly
is
take a shitty season 3 of Carter than rewatch.
I
what
feel like this will
watched.
dissuade ABC or generally Disney from trying any more shows.
Well, unless they're fucking smart up and maybe just move everything over to Netflix.
Unless they know that it's bad and that they screwed up. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's bad, real bad.
Okay. Close Encounters. Matt, this was your first time seeing it.
Yeah,
It's not a movie for everybody.
didn't like that commentary in the beginning
Yeah, it was.
because it started putting in some spoilers, and I was like, "Good, I
Yeah.
haven't seen
Well,
this."
it's,
really
yeah,
stupid.
it's not really for someone seeing it for the first time.
But at the same time,
I like behind the scenes stuff,
if I
so I
wanted
liked
to see
it. But
it was on my watch list, and it went back to theaters. That'd
I
be the
do
place to see
not
it.
like behind the scenes stuff.
yeah, well. But anyway, generally, Matt, what do you think?
Pretty damn good. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Kind of weird that he just kind of like spoiler alert leaves his like
Well,
whole
it's
family.
been 40
and
years. I mean,
everything, but I just being safe with the spoiler alert warnings. But
yeah, he abandoned his family. Yeah.
yep. And then
Just leaves
they're
them.
like peaceful with the aliens, but they were like abducting them, and they just like trade. It's like, what are they gonna do to them? It's like you
Yeah,
have
but-
a good anus. for
Yeah, but
probing.
here's the thing. but on the spot saying, hey, you can go with these aliens. I would also just, yeah, sure, give me a jump, so I'll leave right now.
You know what's
I would not do that.
yeah,
I
fuck
would.
that.
Because I don't know what they've done yet.
I would. I
trust
would,
them.
I
Aliens.
I would take the risk.
Would you hop into a random human's house?
No,
But you would go on to an alien
because
ship.
you want to know why? But I would be one of the first humans to ever be able to do that.
So the first human to be anally probed and then murdered.
By another species.
It's no different from any other Friday night.
Jesus.
No, but you'd rather just be one of the first humans to experience something, even if that is a horrible, torturous death.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Put a stamp on that one.
Yeah. Just put that completely out there.
But no, Close Encounters is great. It's classic. Soundtrack's incredible.
I didn't understand the one scene where like it kind of seemed thrown in where they're like explaining that they have like the sign language for the noise that they made with the aliens, but they're like presenting it to doctors that don't know anything about like the aliens. So they just like threw that in, and I was like, "The hell was that?" I thought
Yeah.
this was like a noise for the aliens. And it just continues on with their plot. I was
Oh
like,
no, they were showing it off to the UN, weren't they?
they were just in like a theater.
They were showing
think
it off
so.
to other delegates and stuff.
but like do they know of the aliens?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
cool.
UN vehicles were driving in the desert, and they found that ship in the
Oh,
sand.
that was the connection you're supposed to. Okay, I missed that.
'Cause I think, yeah. Well, it shows that, and then it cuts to India when all the people are singing the song, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
it cuts to them in the theater, and they got the do 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 do.
Then like has a massive conversation. Oh,
Yeah.
someone's recording this.
Yeah, bop, 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 bop.
And the idiots like they know that the aliens like have these like deep things. And they still have like glass windows.
Yeah, they just ruined that guy's window. Yeah.
Jesus.
I wonder if the aliens were embarrassed. Like, oh shit, sorry.
Yeah.
I-
shit.
I loved it when they wanted to just go unhinge the globe and just like
Oh,
roll
yeah.
it out of the office.
Guys, that's a
$2,700 globe. What are you doing? It's like you could have checked it. You could have checked that information in the office. Like you could have turned on the light.
Turn the globe
Yeah,
around.
turn the globe. So they rolled.
I'm
it.
sure there were some atlases lying around too.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, why were they only working in that small trailer inside of a massive facility?
It's a mobile trailer.
Yeah, but you usually move the stuff from the mobile into the office. You don't.
No, they need to be ready to go and move to the next location at like a moment's notice.
Oh, okay, I guess
Yeah. And then slap on all their branding, Coca-Cola trucks and
that's
stuff.
pretty good.
That makes you wonder a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Next
'Cause
time you see-
it's super easy.
Yeah. No one would question it, really.
Really, like if you really want to do something nefarious, you just got to get a safety jacket and a hard hat. And he's like, "What are you doing? Fixing some pipes."
From the city, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I learned there was this scammer going around, and he was painting your address number on like your curb in front of your house, and he said he was like from the city and that you had to pay to have that painted on
the
your
hell?
curb. He was a scammer. He wasn't from anywhere. And
Who would pay that?
People who don't know, do they think, oh, a guy from the city stopped by, said I need to pay this to get my address spray painted on my driveway? Yeah,
That's pretty good.
poor gullible people.
That's pretty good. I have to give that guy credit.
A couple things wrong with this though. If you are analyzing it, first of all, you don't own the curb. That's not your property. That's the city
Yeah.
property. They pay for that
You,
crap.
you, al- you also
Your
don't,
tax dollars pay for that crap.
You also don't own most of the like good. There's a good chunk of your property that you actually don't own. The
Yeah.
city owns that.
Yeah. So that your tax dollars pays for that. You don't pay a fee. You
And
know?
I would just be like, well, what happens if I don't pay for it? And I just
He'd still
close the
sometimes he would spray paint it on there and then come next day asking you to pay for it.
door. We'd still be closing that door.
Get the shotgun out, the double barrel.
But come back here with a cop. We'll talk about it then.
Just squeaky door closed.
Yeah. What was the last one you guys saw? It's the big movie of the summer here, the end of the summer, I guess. After a horrible couple weeks of the box office, record lows.
Well, they went ham. They
all
had
their big
everything
movies
all
came
in.
out and then just disappeared. Yeah. But anyway, how was it?
Good.
Really good. Yeah.
Really good.
Did you see the original?
A long time ago.
Yeah, so I probably like.
In
10
fact,
years
I
ago.
was actually going to try to rewatch it for this one, except trying to get if I watching it for free legitimately. Like I went to the library to see if they had a copy of it. I was be waiting. I was like number 40 in line.
Oh
People
my
are
Lord.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. It's a very good movie. It's long though. It's
4.5 hours long, I think.
Yeah,
Isn't it two? Is it two parts?
It's 2 parts because it was actually it was an ABC. It was a made-for-TV movie on ABC.
Now, that's surprising, given how violent this new one apparently is.
It's quite violent.
The old one wasn't as violent, I imagine.
From what I remember,
It was pretty disturbing, I think, for the time.
Yeah, it was a
What was
different
it,
time.
80s?
It was 1990. It was 1990. Yeah.
Okay.
But it was so the book and I'm pretty sure the other series did it, maybe not, but at least the book. Do you care about spoilers, Ryan?
No.
Okay. So spoiler alert. The book actually takes place over the span of 27 years. Because I'm pretty sure it's 27 years. Because the kids not only deal with Pennywise as kids, they also deal with him again later as adults. And
Yeah, they come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that sucks for those kids in the movie. One movie deal.
Yeah. But they or they'll probably like bring him back for like a quick flashback scene or something. So in this movie though, a lot of people were upset though the way they did this. They ran the whole movie. The kids dealt with the monster. They moved on. But at the end of the movie, they reveal like they because they showed it title card at the beginning of the movie, and then they showed it again at the end of the movie. But
With
at
the
the
chapter
end,
1.
they called it chapter 1, with their intention of bringing those characters, like continuing the story in another movie. People were upset, saying it's like, oh no, like you could have, like why wasn't everything together?
But it was a long.
It was.
But if the first one was 2 parts,
Yeah,
and I imagine the first one follows the same thing where it takes place later.
I don't remember. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
no,
I'm
I
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
remember
the
the
first one is
original.
only the kids.
No,
as
it
well.
isn't. No, it's not.
Really?
Yeah, no, I've seen it. I remember it. No, yeah, they come back. So basically, they go do the same
Okay.
thing. They go in, they deal with Pennywise, then they come back because he's back,
So why would people be upset?
and they come back because
Even if the book does it too, you said, right?
no, but I think it's because most people didn't watch it as a TV series. I had no idea it was a TV thing. I saw it on I saw it on TV as a movie, and
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing. It was 4.5 freaking hours.
I've never watched it, but I didn't know it was 2 parts either.
That's the thing. And I just watched it, and I was like, "Wow, that was a pretty long movie. But I liked it." So I think that most people probably, I assume, watched it just as a movie and had no idea that it was a 2-parter.
I mean, no one gets angry when it says the Guardians of the Galaxy will be back.
No, but this is to them. They've cut a piece of the story off.
Yeah, but the thing though with Stephen
Well, they
King.
did the same with The Hobbit. I mean,
Yeah, but the thing.
But I mean,
the thing,
there's
though,
a reason why that one did worse than Lord of the Rings.
But the thing though is when you go look at Stephen King stuff, like the actual spine of the book, it's not always just one book though. Like just because it's in one physical spine, a lot of times he does divide up his stories into smaller novels.
And that's a big freaking book, too.
It's 1,000 pages, so it's actually really divided up into two other stories. It's just that you literally bought everything together. So
So I think that's probably where the misconception
yeah,
or
absolutely.
whatever comes
Because like right now I'm reading another Stephen King novel, and even though it's one spine, it's actually 3 books. It's like book 1, book 2, book 3, and each one has a different set of chapters, and they all have their beginning, middle, and end.
it's funny is that like it seems like Stephen King movies are like hit and miss. You have something great like The Shining,
But you're having completely different people doing it though.
but then you have like The Dark Tower, which is a flop, and then just a month later you have It, which is a huge success. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
I wonder how he dishes out his movie rights.
I don't think.
He might not care. Maybe
I don't think. It might be up to the whoever publisher has, whoever publisher is
sucks.
owning it, not
sucks.
necessarily him.
everyone was excited for the Dark Tower. I heard for the last 5 years people just talking about the Dark Tower. Movie comes out and apparently it's crap.
I'm reading. I'm halfway through that entire series right now. I enjoy the book series.
I didn't know it took place in modern day. That was a real turn
Neither
off
did
for me.
I until the second book. Actually, yeah. Neither did I until the second book.
And me and Marty were talking about it, and the first one, this new It takes place in the 80s, right?
Late 80s, 89.
This next one will take place in like modern day.
27 years later.
So that kind of sucks.
2017. 2016.
Because this is very much like a classic horror type of film.
Right.
And when you put that into a modern day setting, it loses that charm, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's really bizarre, and I might be totally wrong because it's been about 10 years since I watched it. I don't think they really like acknowledged the time difference. If I remember correctly, like the houses and everything look the same.
Well, generally houses would look the same.
Well, the houses, the cars, like all that stuff, I'm pretty sure look the same.
Well, because if they filmed it in 1990, they couldn't really. How do you go 20 years into the future at that time? Do you know what I mean? You can't visualize.
Oh, I got you.
A modern day. You know what I mean?
And I mean,
They didn't want to go sci-fi with it and have like futuristic looking cars and stuff. You know.
And a lot of the end was, if I remember correctly, it was like supernatural. So they kind of tried to like cover that up, right?
Yeah. Anyway, that was our movie segment of the podcast.
Yeah.
Been a big old binge of movies lately.
Yeah, pretty nuts.
That one day we went to see Inhumans, and then I literally just got home, and Marty's like, "We want to see it." I'm like, "Yep, pick me up." So I was just in the theater all day.
Speaking of Stephen King, I did watch the It TV show on Netflix.
What?
Or sorry, The Mist.
I'm like,
I
what?
said, like, holy Christ, I missed a series.
No, and The Mist has one of the worst intro sequences I've seen in a long, long time. A couple crappy shots.
Damn it.
Some bad music, and then The Mist.
Pretty standard.
Overall,
though.
the show was pretty bad. I wouldn't recommend watching it.
Damn it.
I wasn't going to.
I binge watched the whole thing in a hotel room in St. Catharines. So.
Ew. And it's St. Catharines.
Jesus. We probably got like a
that's
St.
rock-
Catharines like mega fan.
That's
listening.
rock bottom right there.
Jesus.
It's pretty bad. I didn't feel good
I
about
almost
it.
got in a pretty bad car accident there one time.
So you could have been stuck there. That's the start of a horror film.
Yeah.
Stuck in St. Catharines. The Matt Lawrence story.
What the?
Making a Matt Lawrence.
Chapter 1.
That's scary, making a Matt Lawrence.
All right, let's get into the gaming news for the week. Starting off with Borderlands. Gearbox, who's the developer of that game, they've teased a new game, and everyone's guessing it's Borderlands 3. However, they did not confirm that it was Borderlands 3. What they did say, though, is that they're working on a thing I think most of you guys will want us to be working on.
Brothers in Arms.
That's probably Borderlands.
Borderlands 3 or Border Worlds, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah. Now, they did show off like a demo on it was just a tech demo, but everyone assumed it was Borderlands 3 that they showed off. But they're most likely working on Borderlands 3.
Ryan.
I know.
I
know.
You know
We
what
have
I'm gonna say.
Destiny.
I know.
When we finish Destiny,
All right.
we must schedule in pre-sequel.
You guys got to do that Borderlands. You know what's actually going to...
No, this is not going to be good.
Why?
Because we have Battlefront coming out. Me and Matt are going to play Call of Duty. I'm going to be playing Assassin's Creed.
All right. Borderlands is...
So
Right.
Borderlands is being moved to next year now.
No, Ryan, give me the word, and I will continue on without you. I will literally.
I want to play it, though.
Then
I
let's
bought the game.
Schedule it in.
But I want to play the other games.
This is a live scheduling session brought to you by Day One Patch Media.
I would prefer to play Battlefront than play Borderlands.
Okay, but that's a problem though because I want to play Borderlands.
But you're getting Battlefront.
Yeah, but I will play both.
You have it pre-ordered before I do.
Yes, but
You pre-ordered Battlefield?
Front.
Whatever fuck it is?
Battlefront
Why?
because it has a campaign.
Oh, for Christ's
The last
sake.
one had a campaign.
Why even pre-order? Just go to the store or whatever you do.
I got a pair of socks with it.
Did you really?
Yeah, but
I'm buying the digital version. Then I don't want those socks.
You don't want the socks.
I don't want the socks.
then just order the disc and give me the socks.
I want the. I'm pre-ordering.
I'm doing the digital version.
Yeah, I'm doing digital too.
I thought you switched to the.
No, I want digital.
I'll come over with my socks.
I get a PlayStation theme though.
There you go.
Don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, but you care about the socks. I care about the theme. We both win.
Talking about Borderlands,
Yeah.
I recently booted up with Tim Spence, so we've been playing that.
The
Borderlands 2.
Borderlands.
Borderlands 2. We've been playing through it whenever.
I still don't know why the fuck they wouldn't just put the other one in the Handsome Collection. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Because Handsome Jack's not in that one.
But like,
it's the Handsome Collection.
Then just don't call it the Handsome Collection. Just literally call it the Borderlands trilogy.
But they're trying to sell Handsome Jack because everyone loved him apparently.
Or just fucking call it the Handsome Collection, but just put the first one in there.
He's also not that great of a character.
Yeah.
Now hold the phone here. I guess what I'm going to say about Borderlands is I don't know. It's fun playing it multiplayer. The game seems extremely boring if you were to play it by yourself. But
yes,
if a game, in my opinion, is boring when you play it by yourself and it's not an MMO, I don't know if that game is particularly good in terms of story. Like, I don't care about the story points, really.
The story points aren't what's important about Borderlands. It's the characters.
But I don't really care about that either.
I like the characters. The characters are always great.
The game seems like an MMO. It's like everything's bigger. Like, it's big streets, big whatever. And then it's just like 4 players or whatever it is. That's it. Or 3
I can't imagine playing it alone. Yeah.
Claptrap is one of
the best worst
funniest.
characters.
Yeah, he's one of the funniest characters I've seen in a video game. And like, his line delivery is impeccable. From like whoever voices him is great.
I'm not a fan of the Claptrap.
You're not supposed to be. You're supposed to hate him, but you hate him so much that he's hysterical.
Yeah.
No.
Because you're like, I can't believe this guy is so annoying.
Yeah, he's freaking annoying.
Yeah.
Like, we play certain games, like burn the Claptrap unit and light him on fire. Right, guys? Shut up. Okay.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, but that's what's so great about it.
Well, the thing is we've been playing it, and like Tim was pretty much into it, so he has like a lot of the golden keys. And I got like 5 for playing it or whatever.
Oh, we got like 25 going.
I've got 100.
There you go.
I think Tim has like 200 something. So like every 5 levels, he'll just open the chest up a few times so we can like refresh our weapons. And I'm finding that the stuff in the golden chest is so much better than what I'm finding out in the world.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I always find that Borderlands, I know the other ones didn't, or at least the first one didn't have a golden chest.
Yeah.
But I find that it's like a miss because they're always talking about bajillions of guns, but like 90% of what I find out there is either the same or garbage. And I'm not finding anything good out in the wilderness. I have to use the golden keys, and I can't even earn them in game. I have to go and like do some other
the
shit.
guns are randomly generated, right? Yeah. So
but like randomly generated.
But what I'm saying is,
put a spin on it to make them good.
They like to say there's like a bajillion guns or whatever, but a lot of them are just like, different scope.
But I'm not finding anything good. Like literally nothing good. All my stuff came from a golden chest.
End game, you might find more better stuff.
Yeah,
but like we're struggling at certain parts with the golden chest stuff. So what I'm saying is,
that could just never struggled.
That could just be your character level, though.
Yeah. I never struggled in any Borderlands game. It was always appropriately challenging, but there was always a way for me to adapt the way I tackle a situation and for me to get through it.
It's not like Dark Souls tough. Like, I'm not like stuck.
No, but I think Tim might be. He's played a lot of Borderlands, so I think he's pushing you guys along faster than you maybe should be.
We are. Yeah, he said we are trying to like go through.
What platform are you playing it on?
PC.
What DLC, like Borderlands 2, do you know what you get in your package? Do you have everything, or you
I
just
have everything?
Okay, so let me tell you now. What level are you right now?
I don't know.
Okay, so you have 4 main expansion packs.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you have Pirate, then you have Torg, then you have some wildlife one, Sir Hammerlock Wildlife Hunt, or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then the last one is Tiny Tina's Dragon Keep. It's a fantasy themed one.
Okay.
And then you have 5 themed mini campaigns. They're all only within one map, and they're all only 3 missions each.
I think we're doing one of those now.
Okay, here's the thing. So you have a Halloween one, you have a Christmas one, you have a Valentine's Day one, you have a Thanksgiving one, and then you have a 5th unthemed one. I can't remember what it's called.
I think that would be the one we're doing.
This is super important if you want to enjoy those themes, because they fucked up the scaling on them.
What? Okay.
The 5 mini ones and the 4 big ones will all scale to you as long as you launch the first 2 after you're level 15 and before you beat the main game. And you launch the 5 mini ones after you're level 15 and before you beat the main game. And the last 2 big ones you launch when you're between 25 and 30 and you've beaten the main game. So the first 2 big and the 5 small before you beat the main game, and the last 2 big after you beat the main game. Because also plot-wise, you're supposed to play them after you've hit the end credits.
Okay.
Because if it's also fucked up, because what happens is if you beat that game, you hit the main credits, and you go launch any of the 5 mini campaigns, the scaling goes right back down to the basic. Like you're fighting level
I
5
got you.
guys, even though you're 25.
I got
like
you,
like
I
it
got you.
fucks up on some sort of level that they didn't really fix.
I think we were rushing the story, but it like we had to branch out, so I'll have to keep that in mind then.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for Borderlands. Borderlands 3 on the way apparently.
Oh, Borderlands 2 is a fucking fantastic game.
Could you play it alone though?
I could Borderlands 2. I could probably play.
See,
it
I
alone.
don't see that. That's
Borderlands probably not.
Yeah.
That's the thing though with Borderlands though is I don't understand what's appealing about like I said, it's fun in a group and multiplayer, and that's fine. But it's not. It's just literally you're in like an art style, and you just like run around, and you shoot things.
I think you described 95% of video games, bro.
Not really though. Like the Division, you have to do like certain activities in that. Borderlands seems like I'm just running out there.
But here's the thing,
doing a
though. To me, to me, Borderlands and Division is the exact same game.
That's
just,
weird.
Just different styles. That's it.
Borderlands does feel very last gen though to me.
Maybe that's my problem. Maybe that's.
They're probably right though, but
Because the whole cell shading thing has kind of died off.
I wonder if they would carry that over for the next one. Or if
It's
they-
kind of their style, right?
Yeah, it's definitely
You're kind of
Borderlands style.
expecting that when you go in.
Anyways, Brian, Borderlands pre-sequel, the shitty one.
If we can finish Destiny pretty quick.
But like we don't have to like wait to finish Destiny.
But okay. Next time if Matt's not available, and if we were planning to play Destiny and Matt's not available, we must then not do Overwatch but do Borderlands.
Let me
Fine by me.
Okay.
Absolutely.
let me throw in one last scheduling point.
I'll schedule you.
Well, no. It's a suggestion to you too. How long will it take you to complete what you're trying to do? Hours, not play
I don't know.
sessions.
I'd say
I
like
don't know.
another 20 hours.
20 hours. I was gonna say just sit down one day and just say fuck it.
I mean, you could do it in a day, but
4 sittings at 5 hours each, we could do it. Or
Yeah.
5 sittings at 4 hours each. That's not unreasonable. That's like that's a work
that's
week.
not unreasonable.
That's pretty much a work week.
all right. Surprisingly, LA Noire is being remastered and re-released for PS4, Xbox One, with some improvements.
And the Nintendo Switch.
Was that part of it?
I didn't hear about that,
Are you sure?
but I didn't check the platforms.
It's going to be. It's costing.
It's Rockstar's first game on the Switch as well.
Yeah,
Or Nintendo platform.
and it's going to cost more on the Switch. It's going to be a higher MSRP on the Switch.
Did they give a reason for that, or just?
I think it might be the I think you might need more cartridges or more sticks. That's why.
Are
Anyway,
you kidding me?
I'm pretty sure.
Why the hell does it need more cartridges?
I
thought they had, like,
no. I'm guessing that's why. I'm not saying that's the reason why, but I do know it's costing more. They said it's going to be more expensive on the Switch.
you think it's gonna be 2 cartridges, maybe?
I had to guess maybe that's why. I can't see them just doing it for the hell of it.
What happened? There's already some digital games that they say you need to buy an external SD card to actually download the full game.
Can I read you a small quote about the pricing?
Oh yeah, good.
This is from Polygon. It says the price of LA Noire, and I'm paraphrasing a bit here. The price of LA Noire is $49.99, because of the cost of manufacturing and the proprietary Switch game cards, something that other publishers have attempted to make up for by packaging physical bonuses into the box.
So because it's not just simply printing out a Blu-ray, they had to make a special cartridge for an old game.
Pretty much, yeah.
They're charging more for that process.
So
Yep, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One.
Okay, I'm pretty excited for this because it's one of my favorite games of last gen,
I might get it for Switch.
and I feel like playing it again. Now Matt played it again for the channel.
I'm done. Yeah,
He's not gonna
Yeah,
play it, but I wouldn't
completely
mind.
understandable.
I wouldn't
We
mind.
just beat it. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going through first of all with the music activated. We didn't have the
Oh
music
yeah,
there.
we turned the music off.
And then paying a little more attention than we paid.
although that was just a big old joke. The
Yeah,
whole thing was a joke.
yeah. So I'm pretty excited. Now it comes with all the DLC, and there's actually quite a bit of DLC that we played through as well. And the enhancements include things like obviously it's gonna be 4K on Pro, and I guess if it's coming for Xbox One
I would assume
X, I can imagine 4K there. You're getting high-res 1080p graphics on all consoles. And they're also having a better enhanced lighting and clouds, new cinematic camera angles, which is very important for a game like that, high-resolution textures, and more. And the fascinating thing is that it's also getting a VR mode.
Interesting.
So that's kind of cool with a game like
For
that.
investigating stuff, that'd be really cool.
That's really neat, eh? And you can feel like you're actually Cole Phelps getting in there.
Doing the finger
But
tapping.
I'm assuming that would only be the
Boinking.
PlayStation.
Boinking
version.
it.
Yes, I think it's just for the
That would
PlayStation.
only be the PlayStation version getting that.
Is this coming to PC as well then?
It is already out on PC. Like the original version was. I don't know if the PC is getting the remastered though. Maybe, possibly.
That would be pretty nice on PC. You know?
Yeah.
Although the PC version probably looked a heck of a lot better.
Oh wait.
PS4, Switch, and Xbox One.
Virtual reality on HTC Vive.
Yes.
In a package called LA Noire, the VR case files.
There you go. So there's basically
It's a
essentially
separate-
an upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Now this was a surprise. No one was really expecting this. The original studio, Team Bondi, got shut down shortly after the game launched. So no one knows who's developing this remaster or why they would do it.
It's gonna be probably Rockstar in-house.
I'm hoping this is signs of a sequel.
Yeah.
They're getting ready,
Yeah.
people ready for a sequel, and that would be the greatest thing ever. I want
The
a game.
rise of Cole Phelps.
I want a game in each decade. You started in the 40s. Let's see an LA Noire or LA whatever, LA New York, LA Toronto,
LA. You mean? Why is it LA?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, as I say, like
New York Noir.
Yeah.
Toronto Noir.
Yeah, Toronto Noir sounds nice.
There wouldn't be a Toronto Noir.
T.O. Noir.
Yeah, no one cares about us.
But anyway, I want to see with that in like the 50s, and then you do the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever.
That would be cool.
Whole series of them. That'd be great. That's all I got for that one. Next up, Nintendo Switch has sold 1.5 million consoles in Japan, and that's apparently selling a lot faster than the PS4 did. Now, one thing to point out, I guess, is that Japan always seems to be more leaning towards mobile gaming. So I wonder if that's
Absolutely.
why the Switch is kind of taken off there.
I wonder if I've never been there or anything, but I wonder if it's more just social there, or whether they literally are playing when they're commuting, or I don't know why it is necessarily mobile.
I don't know. Maybe they just get a kick out of playing something on a handheld.
I think I was told once that they like to play the I don't know what they call it officially, but the ad hoc mode, where it's the two 3DSs or whatever all playing together and they're right beside each other.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know. I guess it's a social aspect thing, kind of thing over there. I don't know.
Also, the PS4 was a lot more expensive at launch than the Switches, right?
Yeah, it was $5.99. It was $4.99 Canadian, I think. What's the Switch right now in Canada?
$3.99.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
So here are the numbers on this: 1.5 million units after 26 weeks. This is only in Japan. For comparison, the PS4 in its first 26 weeks being sold in Japan, it sold 665,000 units. So that's quite a bit fewer. It took the PS4 69 weeks to reach 1.5 million units.
Giggity.
I wonder how much. I want to know, how much people are actually playing this thing on the go, because the battery life.
I think it did come out that most people play this. Someone did a poll. It wasn't a very big official poll, but I think
Yeah.
someone did a poll, and most people play on their couch with it plugged into the dock.
But in terms of Japan, I want to know because for the games it's playing, it's decent. Realistically speaking, you're only going to get 4 hours or something out of a Vita even. So you're getting Vita territory battery life, I'd say, approximately.
Yeah.
So if you're playing Zelda and you're playing it for 4 hours, I'm wondering how much people are are people bringing battery packs around? Are they even using all the battery life? Just pure curiosity.
I want to know why this is selling so much better than the Wii U sold.
Because the Wii U wasn't anything new. It's just here's this big tablet you can sit on your couch.
But when you really think about this console, it isn't that much different than the Wii U. Apart from you removing the things and being able to take it anywhere, right?
Yeah.
But is
yeah.
that really enough to see this much demand for that console?
I think.
What's the difference here? What happened?
I think the thing is
was it just bad marketing because no one knew what the Wii U actually was at launch?
Well, that was a mess for sure. But it might be one of those things where we're starting to see everything become more and more mobile. How much of a pain in the ass is it for you to bring that big MacBook or not big Mac Pro tower? Right? Is that what it's called, Mac Pro tower?
Mac Pro, yeah.
That big Mac Pro tower around if you needed it. Whereas now, you just recently bought a new MacBook, and that MacBook probably is more powerful, I assume, than the tower.
Yeah.
Now the tower's older in your case, but regardless, the fact that you can basically bring desktop power around with you, I'm wondering if the entire market of electronics is switching to that kind of thing, where it's like, even if you're docking it 75% of the time, you want that option where if someone's like, hey, come over, let's play some games, you're just like, well, I don't know what we're going to be playing. I'll bring my Switch just in case.
So it's really just kind of the novelty of it.
The novelty and the convenience. It's like, oh, it's like hard for me to bring an Xbox One. I got to unhook it. I got to do all this shit. But if I can literally just have like a tablet docked and just like, be like,
yeah,
oh,
when I was in St. Catharines in that hotel room, I would have preferred to be playing video games than watching The Mist.
There you go.
If I had a Switch, that would have been great.
Because you don't have to bring all the sweet HDMIs and all that
But
crap.
I don't particularly like Nintendo titles, but there are people who love Nintendo
I'm sure
titles.
Nintendo titles don't particularly like you.
They probably don't.
They might not.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
But regardless, with the games like L.A. Noire and stuff hopping on board, then
Skyrim.
yeah, Skyrim.
Doom.
Yeah, I was gonna buy Doom on PS4. I might just buy it on Switch now.
Do they have something else on Switch?
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. That's right. That's crazy.
They're going all out with the Nintendos.
Yeah.
So maybe they've caught on to something finally.
Maybe they have. Maybe this is the year of Nintendo. We'll see what happens.
I think it's too late to be considered the year of Nintendo, but
I wonder what's going to happen though, because realistically, there's probably going to be new consoles from PS4 or from Sony and Microsoft in the next 2-3 years. You know, I wonder.
I don't know about Microsoft because they're a year late to the Pro game, to like the PS4 Pro equivalent.
But do they want to be late again though?
I don't think they care because they're late, but they're also a lot more powerful. So it's a total different thing. Plus, when you're talking about incremental upgrades, like I have no incentive to buy the PS Vita Slim. Like I used to pay my Vita all the time, even when the Slim came out, and I didn't care. I was like,
but that wasn't a hardware upgrade; it was simply a design upgrade.
Even still, though.
And then you lost an OLED display, and they went to an LCD display, so it had a worse display.
I actually didn't know that, but regardless, like if it's incremental, if you're not cutting me off, I don't care. It's when I go to upgrade, do I care?
Mm-hmm. But I'm just wondering because Xbox has been trailing the PS4 for most of this console generation, right?
Yeah.
The Xbox One X, I don't think is going to save them. It's too expensive of a console for too small of a market. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The thing is, though, I don't think they really need saving.
But I don't think they want to wait again. So PS4 already has a huge lead right now.
Yeah.
Come next console generation, Sony's going to come out with the PS5 or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
A year before Microsoft, they're going to allow that. Do you think?
I think
for them to have a huge lead and to gain a whole another year lead.
No, the thing is, though, I think it might actually damage their reputation if they release another one. They have the Xbox.
You're right. They're in a difficult situation. Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's a difficult situation at all. I think that if
then they're always going to be trailing Sony at this point.
No, but that's the thing. I think if the PlayStation is forced to go up, they're literally trying to catch up. So they're letting them catch up. I don't think they're letting them go way ahead. I don't think they're going to go way ahead. I think that if there's a PS4 Pro Plus or whatever the hell it will be, then I think that it'll be on par with the X.
But PS4 is still outselling the Xbox.
Absolutely. Because people do not care about the Pro, I don't think.
Come PS5, that's a huge new boost. New console sales are always when it's going to be selling the most.
Do you think the next one's going to be a PS5?
I don't know. Well, I'm just saying, whatever the next console from Sony is, and when it launches in 2 to 3 years.
Do you really think it's going to release in 2 to 3 years?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because we're already 3 years into this console generation.
You have to understand, though, that's only 3 years. It took 5 years to basically unlock the potential of the Xbox 360, and then there was like a golden age of
that was
stuff.
an unusually long console generation.
Because at that point it was like unlocked, the development potential, I guess, was unlocked on those consoles, and then we started seeing really kick-ass titles.
But there's also a problem: is the PS4 Pro is not as powerful as the Xbox One X. Okay.
No, I could definitely see that coming out. I could see a Pro Plus or something coming out.
Well, let's consider that the new console then.
Pro Plus.
Let's consider that a new console then, which will probably come out in 2 to 3 years.
I don't know. I don't like this.
I'm saying you have to like it. It's business, though.
I know we've cornered this whole like console generation thing, but the hard cutoffs are inconvenient, but they're clear. This whole Pro blah 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 blah, you're gonna get a hell of a lot of uninformed consumers that are gonna fuck up a lot of stuff.
I think they're already used to it though.
No, like I think a lot of people are for sure, but the problem is there's still your guys out there that have no idea what to do.
Well,
half of them don't even know what HDMI is.
What I'm saying though is like if you have an original PS4,
yeah,
and let's say the PS4 Pro Plus is out at this time,
Okay.
and you're starting to chug through games on your PS4,
Okay.
you're gonna go buy a PS4 Pro Plus.
Not necessarily.
If you really care about games, you will.
The thing is, though, is a lot of guys will have like a shitty computer running forever, and they'll just be like, "Fuck this computer."
But no,
runs like
it's just like your phone. Your phone starts to run sluggishly. You buy a new phone.
yes, but we are in the tech space, is what I'm saying. There are a lot of people, a hell of a lot more probably than there ever was, in the tech space, or at least interested in reading and whatever about tech. There are a lot of people out there that literally do not care. They use tech as a tool, and they do not care. Like we've been in EB Games. And like people just ask like the stupidest question, like, and it's I don't even know if it's really stupid per se. They'll be like, "Well, do I hook it up to the modem?" Like they have no idea what they're talking about. They're like, What's PlayStation Pro Plus? Do I like plug it up to the modem?" Like they don't know what they're talking about because they don't follow it, right? They have no idea what's happening.
Yeah,
like,
but so what I'm saying is their games run sluggishly. They go to EB Games and say, hey, "My console's not running these games properly." They say, "Oh, you need a more powerful console," and then they buy it.
I think people like that though would be like, "Fuck this, it's a scam." They wouldn't do it.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
If they truly like playing video games, then they'll just upgrade.
It's a good question. It's a good question to see what the threshold would be. I think is like how much caring do you have to put in order to like what do we know the ratio of what PS4 Pro versus was it, I guess PS4 Slim is selling right now?
I think it was a quarter.
So 25% are PS4 Pros. So I'm wondering if that's
Or it might have been a fifth. I can't remember the number. We covered it on the podcast though. I remember.
I'm wondering though because even the fifth is kind of like a higher number than I thought. I'm wondering if it's like Crafty Salesman when they sell a 4K TV, and then I bet you a lot of them ask, "Do you have a console?" And you say, "Yeah," and then you say, "Okay, well, if you want the full potential of this TV, you got to buy a Pro," and then they like start talking about in the Xbox's case, they start talking about the 4K streaming.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, hypothetically, what is the perfect console length to you?
I'm actually conflicted. I don't know whether I'd prefer a hard cutoff now.
Because before it was generally around 6 years. I think PS3 and Xbox 360 were like 8 years. I think it was like that.
I think 8. I think 8 is probably the best. I think
8's pretty long.
I think 8's still the best. Think about it. GTA 5 ran on the 360.
I know it ran.
It ran pretty damn well on the 360. I never complained about it.
But the PS4 and Xbox One version looks a lot better.
I'm running it on PC.
Yes, it is,
I have
but-
a 360 version. I never even put it in. I think it's still wrapped up brand new.
Anyway, but like the point of the matter is, you could have played that story
Yeah, I
without
have
any
issues.
problem. Like that's it. Like I never thought like fuck I want more frames or anything. I was just like playing it.
But it's not always more frames though. Like the games on the next gen console. Like, take one of the first games that launched was Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yeah.
The view distance alone was incredibly an incredibly further distance on the PS4 version than it was on the PS3 version.
Absolutely, but you should expect that from something that comes out on a newer piece of hardware.
I'm just saying you can get a lot better experience on a new piece of hardware.
I'm not denying that. But I'm more conflicted at the logistics. I think
So games looked great at the tail end of the last console generation.
absolutely.
But go back to them now, and they won't look so great.
But go back to the beginning of the 360, and it looks fucking terrible.
Yes. Even go back to I'm playing the Black Flag DLC. What's it called? Freedom Cry.
Okay.
That looks bad.
To be fair,
That was the beginning of this.
like
That was a
port.
couple of years ago.
That's kind of like a port for the PS3 version, kind of.
It still looked bad. All the original games on the PS4 and Xbox One look bad now.
But that's the thing, though, is every year we get better and better and better and better. Learn how to do things more efficiently and better shadows, whatever.
All right, well, let's hop into the next story here. Adriano, this one's for you. Nintendo's NES Classic Mini Edition will be in stock again next year.
Yeah!
So now,
I can have my childhood back.
what I understand is that they only have one factory working on these consoles.
Yep.
So they shut it down
To make this an S
to make
class.
the SNES Classic.
Mhm.
So a year from now, I imagine the N64 one's coming out then.
I actually now am doubt. Even though I said I figured they would be doing an N64 Classic, I don't think they probably would be then.
But what I'm saying is, why would it take till next year to bring back the NES Classic if they're not going to be doing more console
They
iterations
already developed the thing.
in between?
Just got to call the factory up, unless they book factory time.
yeah,
That's possible. I could see them doing an N64. I would.
I can absolutely see them actually doing it. I think though, if they're going to, because they said they're not only going to bring back the NES Classic next year. They're also going to ramp up the NES Classic at the same time. Like they said, they're going to flood the market with both those units simultaneously.
Next year?
Yeah, into 2018. Like I think the article I put in there said even though it focuses on the NES, they say NES and SNES are going to flood. Are going to flood the market next year simultaneously. Like they're going to do both. So that's why to me it seems like unlikely that they might do an N64 Classic Edition at the same time.
But what I'm saying is they have a long, unless it's the factory rental time, but they have a long time period between this.
Yeah,
So I think they could fit in an N64 Classic.
Yeah, they could do it before.
could be.
I can see them going up to GameCube even.
I can see them going to GameCube. I would fucking love a Game Boy Classic Edition if they
Oh my god, yeah.
Game Boy.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they release Game Boy Color, Game Boy Micro. Oh,
Game Boy Advance.
I'd be done. I would just write them a blank check. Give me one of every single one. You can have as much money as you want.
Now there are some concerns already cropping up about the new NES Classic that's coming in 2018. If they add new games to it, or what about those people who bought it for hundreds of dollars on eBay?
They shouldn't have done it.
But they did it. That sucks for them, doesn't it?
They shouldn't have done it.
That's the verdict. It
Yeah.
sucks for them.
But they shouldn't have done it. That's why I kept on saying like I will still buy one now for new for MSRP, and that's what I always stuck by because I do not want to pay more than what I should have been able to buy from Nintendo a fucking year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
And I guess people are getting upset because everyone like struggled to get that first one, and they're just bringing it back again.
I mean, to be honest, they're struggling to get the SNES.
But I mean, Nintendo is a business. Something was hugely popular.
yes, but here's the
They're
thing.
going
though.
to produce it again.
If you
Okay.
sell out of a product, your price is too low. That's a rule of thumb.
But they didn't just sell out a product; they didn't make enough.
Yes,
There's that too.
Yeah, no, because here's the thing, though, Matt. We got upset when Niantic announced, it's like, oh, you did a week of Legendary, week of Legendary, the week of Legendary, and then they brought it back for 3 weeks, and then everyone would go get it.
Right.
We were upset because we're like, oh, we fucking rushed our asses, and we
did,
went
yeah.
out. Exactly. That was upsetting because if we knew that we were going to get 3 bonus weeks to get everything, we wouldn't have rushed the 3 first weeks.
We just did it when we went casually.
The difference between the Nintendo Classic is they never said it was limited. They never once said we're only going to supply this amount. You guys have to get it at Christmas.
Oh,
then
you
that's
are
it.
right. I forgot.
It was never a limited thing. They said we're just going to re-release it. That was just going to be a product, and then they literally brought it out barely, and they took it away. And that's where the upsetting part came in, because if there was any indication that this was going to be like a limited run, I would have woken up on the morning of and gone to pre-order in time. But like I said, like, oh, I'll just wake up at a certain point and I'll go pre-order it or I'll go pick one up, and it was too late.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
I forgot that they didn't announce that it was limited in the first one.
yeah, it was just like, oh, this is a product, we're releasing it, and they just didn't tell anyone that it was going to be limited.
Goddamn limited products. It kills me.
Yeah.
It kills me.
But I'm glad that they're fucking smartening up.
Because you were pretty upset you missed that first one.
I'm
so.
so upset that I missed the first one.
What if the second one's gonna like slightly look different, just so that you know? What,
that was another thing I wanted to bring up. Is like, what if it is like slightly different?
As long as it follows one of the original color, because there are different colored Nintendo systems. They're not just there are different colored Nintendo. As long as it follows a Nintendo color scheme, I'm okay with it.
You don't want the original, and then
Yeah, you
you don't want like the whole collection of them all.
No, I don't necessarily want the whole collection. As long as it has the same games it had, it can have more, but it has to have the same selection of the other ones.
I think if they do more, there's gonna be an uproar.
I think so too. I think they're just going to stick it to the 30.
But the thing is, I don't think Nintendo cares if there's an uproar, because the people will uproar, and then in the meantime be fucking getting their cash out.
You know what they should have done is, well, that'd be a little tricky marketing wise. But if they had like a Switch cartridge slot on it,
Yeah.
and you could add new games,
Yeah.
you could buy the NES pack.
That's what I can't remember who was talking to him. Like how fucking amazing would have been is when you open up that Nintendo Classic Edition, that the little flap opens up and there's like cartridge slots, and they're like teasing like games on cartridges again.
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm fucking creaming my pants just thinking about
freaking
that. Or just like the Super Nintendo
Just go
one.
buy the fucking original one with some cartridges.
I have
like,
them. I have
Then
them.
who cares? What are you doing?
Because it's something new. Something new is always exciting.
You understand?
It's something new that's old.
No. But this isn't Sega fucking whoring out the design to another company or Atari whoring out the design to another company and re-releasing a shitty version of it. This is a Nintendo console.
You know what's really bizarre about this? Actually, I just thought about this. Is people in like when they're collecting antiques, they want original. They don't want any repop stuff. This is repop, and people are going fucking crazy.
Because it is a Nintendo console. And it is so unheard of for Nintendo to roll back. And like in the last year and a half, we have seen Nintendo do things that fucking 5 years ago, we would have said, no, that's crazy. But they have expanded to mobile. They have made a deal with Apple. They have licensed out their characters to Ubisoft to make a game. And now they're bringing back the older hardware. Like, that's fucking crazy.
Also, Matt, the diehard Nintendo fans already have an original NES. Like, Adriano has an original NES, but he still wants this as part of his collection.
I guess as a part of the collection, that makes sense.
Yeah, so if you were like an antique person, you'd want the original, yes. But you wouldn't mind having a remake after that, too.
Adriano want. Adriano going to get. Like, I don't know.
What if all your SNES pre-orders could fail right now?
I have multiple of them.
Yeah, what if they fail?
I have backups for a reason.
It's unlikely that they'll all fail, yeah.
And they cap their pre-orders for that reason.
Yeah. All right, let's hop into the last story. Overwatch is claiming that development has been slow because they needed to address the rising tide of toxicity among their player base on console. So they have a reporting system on the PC. They're bringing that reporting system over to the console. And what they're saying is that they wish they could... It's the same team that's working on the toxicity issues that would have been working on new content, new maps, new game modes,
right,
new characters. And so they're saying that, you know, if everyone played nice, it would benefit the community as a whole.
Because then you wouldn't be wasting time porting over a reporting system.
He also did confirm a new character's coming, which is pretty exciting. I don't know how they keep thinking of new characters. They
probably have a bunch like on the wish list.
Yeah. And Adriano, I'm not sure. What video did I send you?
You sent me. I actually have not clicked on. It's flagged. I've started that thing, but I've not actually clicked on it yet.
In that video, he talks about how Overwatch was originally going to be an MMO. They thought like WoW was going to last like 5 years and be done, and then they were going to make Overwatch the MMO.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I was talking to Matt about this. Is like you can kind of tell with how big their world is for just an FPS, like a multiplayer only shooter. Yeah. And there's so much depth and story.
Yeah, the character videos and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing that they want. They said they would prefer to be making new maps. They prefer to be making new character videos and stuff.
Well, now what do they mean by toxicity? Like just people swearing or something?
Yeah. Well, I don't hear anyone on public. Not necessarily that, but people like harassing other players. You know, sending messages and crap, and just being a douchebag in the game, not being a team player. Stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure I sent you the video of the one game. It was on PC where a guy was like the team had a girl on it, and the one guy was just creeping on her hard.
Crap like that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Was that the same one?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, can you just like say my name and like?
Oh yeah.
And she would like say his name. She's like, oh yeah.
It's fucking weird.
And they want to make it known that when you report someone, that action is taken and that you're just not just an empty cry into the night, you know? So, which I really liked on both Facebook and Instagram when I report accounts, they send me a report back saying we took action on your report.
Did you say it's a kill count or something?
It's a kill. It's a confirmed kill. Yeah. And that makes you feel like you're actually doing something instead of where before you'd report someone, you never hear anything again.
They're just gone.
You don't even know if it did any good. So what's the incentive to do it again?
Yeah.
So,
related to that, they also just announced. I'm reading this now from GameSpot. New Overwatch themed map and 2 Overwatch characters are also coming to Heroes of the Storm.
Oh, nice.
Anna and Junkrat are coming to Heroes of the Storm, and there's a new Volskaya themed map coming there.
Junkrat would be interesting in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, looks like we're going back into Heroes of the Storm, boys.
No, the Borderlands.
We got enough games on the freaking.
I'm good
on the roster here.
I'm fucking good. Let's just do this.
Let's just all take a week off from everything and just finish everything.
I'll do that. I got no responsibilities.
Jesus.
You also know that I would not do any. I would probably just lay at home and not actually play games.
Yeah, and we'd still be in the same spot. Yeah.
All right, guys, back to work after a week.
Anyway,
we have to schedule some Borderlands.
If you haven't played Overwatch, you should play some Overwatch.
Yeah.
Because it's fantastic.
Pretty good. There's a free weekend, right?
Free next one. Well,
those are the best weekends to play because you get a bunch of noobs.
Yeah, they just
and you just
right now, as we record it, it's a division-free weekend.
There you go.
By the time this goes up, it's going to be does it go up Sunday?
Yeah.
So this upcoming weekend to listeners will be a Overwatch weekend. Get on Overwatch.
Mm-hmm. All right, that'll be it for this week. Already booting up the PS4. Look at this guy.
Boot it up.
Yeah.
What input is it?
It should change, no?
Well, because the Apple TV's on.
No, but didn't it say it was going to change? Anyway, that's it for this week. Check us out on the iTunes. That's probably where you're listening. Hit that subscribe button. Leave us a review. We're also on YouTube, and we have a bunch of Let's Plays up there for you to check out.
And the podcast is up there as well.
Yeah, and we have the podcast. If you're listening there as well, thank you. Leave us a like on the YouTube there. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace!